Hello and welcome. Welcome to another Lunch with Lisa. I'm Lisa Warner. I'm the author of The Simplicity of Self-Healing. It's a book I wrote after I healed myself from cancer. My question to you today is, do you know that you can heal yourself? In this world that we live in, we're taught that doctors and pills do the healing for us. If you have something physical going on, oh, that's okay. There's a pill for that. Well, how many pills, pardon me, how many pills are we going to take? How much time are we going to spend trying to have somebody else or something else do for us that which we already have the ability to do for ourselves? Our bodies are self-healing mechanisms. Our bodies are the greatest technology ever invented. They're designed to heal themselves. Now, we have direct evidence of this. Every time we get a cut, a bruise, a break, a sprain, our bodies heal those things automatically. Blisters, burns, all of these things heal. So we have direct evidence of the body's ability to heal itself. So why doesn't the body heal from diseases? Well, it does. It's just that we've been taught that it doesn't. We've been taught that our bodies are being attacked by diseases. And this is actually not true. Our bodies are constantly adapting to our environment. They're adapting to the input. So if we have a trauma if we cut our finger with a knife, right? That's a trauma to the finger. Well, the body then has to adapt to that trauma. What's it going to do? Well, first it's going to bleed, so it cleans out anything that came in. It's going to bleed because it's bringing the cells that are needed from other parts of the body to the part that needs those cells that will then start rebuilding the tissues. Then it will probably swell up. And then it will start forming a scab. Like, these are all parts of the healing process. But if if suddenly our liver swells up as part of a healing process, suddenly, oh my God, you have a killer disease. Why is it so different with the things that happen internally than the external wounds that we receive? What happens, our body is constantly adapting to our traumas. So if we cut our finger, it's a clear, obvious trauma. We know where the cut came from, and we expect the finger to go through the process of healing. We expect swelling. We expect a scab. The scab could look ugly for a while, but we don't freak out over the fact that there's now an ugly scab there. We simply know that that's part of the healing process. But when the wounds are internal, when the traumas that we have received are emotional traumas, are mental, intellectual traumas, What's wrong with you? Are you stupid? What happened? All of the traumas that we receive. Sometimes the trauma is just turning on the television and seeing some really horrific images. The body doesn't know whether those images are in your living room for real or whether you're just watching them on a screen. There's no difference in the physiological response to these things. So we're presented with trauma after trauma after trauma from the external world, whether somebody rejects us, whether we get fired from our job, whether we fail a test, whether we our spouse breaks up with us, whether there's a war going on, a loved one is being sent to war, we're being sent to war, like whatever is going on in the world around us, these can be traumas to us. All of these things are insults to our soul, traumas to our very being. And our bodies are continually, constantly adapting to these traumas. Our bodies have to find a way to survive the trauma. So our bodies are constantly shifting and changing themselves in response to trauma. But when we can't see the trauma, we don't understand the body's response. So we've been taught to believe, BELIEVE, that our bodies are being attacked by diseases. I know this firsthand because I found myself facing quote unquote cancer many years ago. And it was terrifying, I have to admit. Before I understood what I understand now, I felt like I was being attacked by this invisible enemy that was just everywhere. It had gotten inside my body somehow. And now I was being attacked from the inside. And I didn't know what to do. But the only thing I did know for certain what not to do, I knew beyond the shadow of a doubt that the medical route was not for me. I knew beyond the shadow of a doubt that my emotional state, being depressed, constantly stressed over money, to the brink of being suicidal at times, I knew that my internal state, my emotional state, was the root cause of what was going on in my body. It was clear to me. It was clear to me that if I was just living without any stress, just in absolute joy, peace and ease and fun and loving my life, that my health would be vastly different than it was. And I knew that chemo or radiation or radical surgery was not going to change the state of my being on its own. So I knew that that was not my answer. I knew that my answer was inside me. I knew that who we are grand beings of light. We are souls here in physical form to have a physical experience. And I knew that as the soul, there's nothing to fear. The soul has all the answers. The soul is directly interconnected with the mind of God. The soul simply knows. The soul is the part of us that knows all the answers, every answer to every question. is known by the part of us that is the eternal soul. And that part of us is always accessible. Unless we're in our mind and allowing our mind to run amok. And as long as the mind is running amok, oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? What am I going to do? How am I going to fix this? What's wrong with me? Why did they do that to me? As long as the mind is running amok, we cannot listen to the soul. If we're focused on the mind and our thoughts, we can't be focused on the mind, on the soul, excuse me. So when I found myself facing cancer, I decided to connect inside. I decided that I needed to connect back into my soul. I decided I needed to remember who I truly am. So I started to meditate. I started to let my mind get quiet. And it took a little while. It didn't happen instantly. It wasn't like just like turning off a light switch or turning off all those thoughts. But once I got my mind quiet and I focused on one question, what do I need to know about this in order for it to change? That was the question I asked. And I sat in that question every single day in meditation until the answer came. And when the answer came, it was clear as a bell. When the answer came, it came because I suddenly was seeing through the eyes of my soul. And what I discovered my soul could see was completely different than what my human eyes were trained to see. My human eyes were trained to see the surface of things, the physical stuff. But the soul can see beyond that. And what my soul saw was, hey, Lisa, your body's not being attacked by any disease. Your body is responding to the emotional input you're providing. Your body is functioning exactly as it is designed to function. And in that moment, I knew beyond the shadow of a doubt that was absolutely true. And in that moment, I knew beyond the shadow of a doubt that if I trusted my body and I came to peace inside, that my body would heal itself. And you know what? That's exactly what happened. I didn't need doctors. I didn't need pills. I didn't need radical surgeries. I didn't need health insurance. I didn't need doctor's appointments. I didn't need anything outside myself. What I needed was me. I needed my soul. I needed my core essence, my higher knowing, the part of me that already knows the answers. I needed that part to come into my body so that I could start embodying my higher knowing. I could start to move beyond the believing all the things that we've been taught to believe about ourselves and our bodies and about what we have to do. All of those beliefs have been implanted. The vast, vast, vast majority of the things that we believe are the things that we have been taught by other people to believe. Believing will always lead us, well, I'm not going to say always, but Believing is not the same thing as knowing, right? We have to, we can believe all kinds of things. Some people believe the earth is flat. Some people believe the earth is round. Those are two vastly different scenarios. But each scenario unto itself has very great points. Like, hey, we can believe one or the other. Like, our minds can comprehend both scenarios. But really, ultimately, probably only one of those is true. We can believe all different kinds of things. We can believe that that used car salesman has our greatest good in mind, and that they have a really great deal for us, until a week later and the car breaks down that we bought, and then we go, oh, then we suddenly know, uh-oh, that wasn't quite the same thing, right? So our minds are easily tricked into believing things, but the soul knows. So the question is, do you know that you can heal yourself? I know that you can heal yourself, but that doesn't make any difference for you unless you know that you can heal yourself. You won't be able to, right? If you don't know you have the ability to do something, you won't do the thing because you don't know that you can. So are you ready to activate your knowing? Are you ready to move beyond believing? Are you ready to move beyond looking for some pill to fix you or somebody else to fix you? Are you willing to see that you're not broken? Are you willing to see that there's literally nothing wrong with your body, that your body is functioning exactly the way it's designed to function, and that it's designed to function for you, not against you? It's designed for your survival. Whatever your body is doing, it's doing it for a reason. Your body is biological. There is logic to every single function of your body. If your body is doing something that you don't enjoy, that you don't like, that you don't understand, that you're afraid of, it's up to you to be able to move beyond that, to move beyond the fear, to move beyond the not knowing, because we've been taught to not know. We've been taught that only the experts know anything at all about your biology, that you can't know anything at all about your own biology. And if you don't know that your biology is the most advanced technology in all of creation, you're going to treat it like there's something wrong with it, right? If you're, to use a silly analogy, it's like your body is like the DeLorean and Back to the Future, but you might be driving it like it's Jed Clampett's old jalopy from the Beverly Hillbillies, right? Two completely different types of vehicles, right? If you think your body is an old broken down jalopy, then you're not going to be able to utilize it to jump timelines like you can with the DeLorean from Back to the Future. Your body has so many incredible built-in technologies that we have been taught to overlook, that we have been taught that we don't have. But until you choose to know what's actually true. Until you choose to know your ability for your body to heal itself and for you to heal yourself, you're not going to experience it. You're not going to know the capacities that you have until you actually utilize them. And you can't utilize them if you don't know that you have them. So, are you willing to know? This is the question that will make all the difference to your healing journey and to your entire life journey. You're a grand creator being. You have the ability to create health and wealth and happiness. But you have to know that you can create those things. You are going to have to know that there is more beyond the frequency fence of limited beliefs, limited thinking. We have been taught limited thinking. We've been taught to be limited because somebody is benefiting from keeping us limited. But it's not us. And we don't have to be limited. So, one of the things that I do is I help you unlimit yourself. I help you move beyond your current lines of thinking about yourself and about your body. And in January of 2025, my friend and housemate, partner in creation, and Mara Leon S. and I are creating a course called Whole Being Healing. And if you would like to move beyond the limitations, know your ability to heal yourself and how simple it actually is, go to connectingyoutoyou.com to get more information. Or you can reach out to me at lisa@connectingyoutoyou.com to set up a conversation so you can find out if whole being healing is the right path for you. So thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. If this was helpful to you, please let me know. If it was helpful to you, if you know somebody else that it would be helpful for, please share. And until next week, create for yourselves a great week because I know that you can. Are you willing to know your ability to create greatness for yourself? Bye for now.